while, so I need to check some settings. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hello, 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 1, 2, 3. Well, that seems mostly okay. Not bad. Just move some stuff around and go from there. Oh, my mouse cursor showed up for a second. Oh, geez, is there a demo screen with Gildred stuff? I don't remember this at all. Is this stuff in Legends only? I don't remember any of this. It's so funny. Oh, it's like a video file. But it's not. This can't be like a pre-rendered video because it is pulling models. It's pulling from the HD model pool. I wonder how this works on the back end. Yeah, look at the models. So it's taking the HD stuff that we've incorporated into the into everything, but still. I don't remember this at all. Oh, that fire effect was kind of funny. Now I'm just watching this. I remember none of this. Oh, you can see my mouse. Let's get rid of that. Wow, this shows so much for the game. Oh my gosh. I'm super surprised. I mean, you don't have context, right? So, does it matter? No, but oh, they show like the end of the game. Wow. Fascinating. Oh, what a tease there for the Ica kiss too. Wow. That's so bizarre. I don't remember that at all. So let's hop back into our save. I don't think we'll have that many people joining tonight. Look at those lovely HD menus too. Lovely stuff. I think we're just setting sail to Maramba, which means that we can actually find a couple more discoveries, which will be good. Yeah, I think it's just talk to Dine, right? It is. I wish there were HD HD textures for all the characters, but that's not gonna happen. That's so much work. If somebody managed to do that, it'd be amazing, but I need a new controller. My characters always automatically walk forward. I love this game, but it's definitely not, you know, every year passes and, you just kind of go, oh, like, because I do remember when this was new, right? I was very young. Very is relative. I was quite young. And boy, does it still fill my heart with the same sense of adventure, but also, every year passes and it's just more distant in some ways, right? It's already so distant in the cultural memory. And then I think about the way that, like, I guess this is why preservation is such a big deal to me, right? I think about like a story like this and what does it mean that, like, there's no port of it right now. So I can play it like this, but the people who would play it this way are the people who are searching specifically for it to play it. They're not new players or anything. Not that many new people would find it if it was on Steam or something, but maybe, right? There's so many games nowadays. I'm just thinking about it overwhelms me to think about just the scale of storefronts, and then also now the terrifying idea of a story that I love disappearing as I one day grow old or get hit by a car or something, and all of us do. Art is so fragile. It's so weird. Yes, who would have thought that Skies would come up in that episode of Insert Credit? They really... I feel like I have one gimmick, and it's this game, and I don't know how to feel about that. I am very glad that I'm associated with a good thing. But you know, I stopped writing and doing journalism, and I feel like I'm a non-entity already, right? Kind of like what I was talking about before. The world moves at not even a mile a minute, like multiple miles a minute. Okay. So we can't go through sky rifts yet, but we can go through rock rifts. Right? Because like this we won't be able to do yet. Right? Or will we? No. But rock rifts, yes. So... And we have a full party, which is cool. We're in the starting area. Look at I like that the texture people even just did HD stuff for the menus. We're just gonna blaze through here. Oh, I should have had Aika use her abilities. I guess what I'm saying is that, like, my work is so fragile. Like, my work isn't gonna last. My work would, like, people aren't clicking on my old articles very much, to my knowledge, right? Like, even when I was working at Kotaku, like, if it wasn't a day of article or like a really big story from you know, a day ago or something, then people weren't reading it. And that's, nothing has made me reckon more with how quickly things are consumed in the digital age than being a journalist. Right? Not just because I've talked to historians or journalists or like other journalists or archivists or whatever, but also, oh wow, oh that's right, Fina starts at such a low level. We should... Well, what we're gonna do first off is not land immediately in Maramba. And we'll just fly around and level Fina for a bit. I forgot. Well, actually, There's a Cham at Shrine Island that I kind of want to get. God damn. So we are going back this way. It's so funny. I forgot that she starts at a low level. That's good diegetically. Like, from a narrative standpoint, storytelling-wise, that's great. But also... I thought things were going to move a little bit faster tonight. Maybe they won't. But if you can't tell from all my philosophical musing, I'm in a weird headspace today. I've been trying to write the next chapter of the novelization for like a month, and it just hasn't happened. So I've moved on to a different short story, and that just hasn't happened. You know, my brain is just in like all over the place. And we're getting into spring, which should help, hopefully, with my focus and energy. But I have all these vibes tonight, and I'm like, why don't I just play the game that I like? Right? But also, geez. So much is happening. Please tell me you're kidding. Please tell me you're not actually reading that story to your baby. I'm embarrassed. Oh gosh. Tonight has already turned into like a very serious, very open, vulnerable night. I am sometimes embarrassed by the fact that I am writing that. I am also sometimes overwhelmed by the fact that I'm writing that. It's such a large thing. The scale of it is just so large. And, you know, I'm gonna have lost like 2 months worth of writing time, which is a bummer.
Serves them right.
You know, I think if my brain was in a normal space again, I would have finished my initial playthrough of this a long time ago. I'd be writing more consistently. I'm gonna lose time once Psychonauts gets released and everything too. It's just like, so much stuff. I see a familiar face in chat. So the Cham is, where is the Cham? Well, I mean, Cupel will show up, but there is a Cham in here, right? It is the HT texture mod and no MIP mapping is on, which is super cool. An action replay code that gets rid of the small amount of culling that the textures usually do. Somebody please confirm that there's a Cham in here. It's like down below. I know this game backwards and forwards, and then every now and then I go, what if I don't know this game backwards and forwards? Especially Legends. I just know nothing about Legends right now. Oh gosh, what was I talking about? Oh, the scale of the writing. It's too big. It's so scary, right? That's gonna take me years, and I'm gonna be older, and I'm already feeling too old? I'm not that old, but I feel too old. I am finally reckoning with the fact that I am getting older, and like my parents are getting older, and it's been like almost 5 years since I started writing, not the fic, but just in general, and that's intimidating, right? It's like, it's so very strange. Just don't know quite what to do with it. I feel embarrassed that I'm like a grown adult writing a fucking pirate fiction thing. Which, first off, that's wrong. Like, don't feel that way. Like, this is me telling you for your projects, and what I should be doing is telling me for my own sake. But don't... The last person that should get in the way of you doing a good thing is yourself. But I do go, oh my gosh. I'm gonna write hundreds of thousands of words for a grand total of like 5K readers. And that's, I still am convinced that it's like a worthwhile thing. It's just, I don't know, right? Like, that isn't even a drop in the digital ocean. A drop in the digital ocean has to be massive. So I don't know. Would a quick name change turning into original property help? I mean, everybody would know that I had filed off the edges. The last thing I want to do is actually write. The amount of rewriting that would have to, like, this is not a Twilight situation. Yeah, Cupel, yeah, the Cham's like down there. Writing is sometimes super easy for me. It used to be amazingly easy. I used to have to write every day. That was my job. And now I've been looking at the same page of like maybe 1,000 something words for like a week or two, at least. You know? But I mean, like, I could share some very heavy stuff right now about what's been happening with me in the last few weeks, which I don't want to do. One thing that people accuse me of, very rightly, for good and for ill, is being too sentimental, being like too emotional. And that's true to an extent. It's like, how open can you be on the internet? I don't know the answer to that. I remember when I did my first playthrough of this game, and which I think is gonna be close to like 5 or 6 years old. It's at least 5 years old. It's terrifying. It's on my YouTube. I end the credits like very earnestly, like speaking very earnestly. And I remember somebody maybe not in that comment section, but on another website. I think it was like NeoGAF or something. They were like, yeah, she's super good at things. And then also, like, one time she cried about a game and it was weird. And it's like, yeah, I guess. You caught me. Shit, where's the champ? On the other side. Oh no, it's here. Oh, that's so funny. That's right, because I'm playing Legends, it shows up on the screen. But yeah, I remember that, of somebody being like, because one thing that people don't accuse me of is being like bad at games. I've, like, whenever, like, people are always like, oh, journalists suck, oh, fucking Cuphead, blah, blah, blah. But I reviewed Cuphead, I did it in like a day and a half. I'm totally fine at games. I will get worse at them as I get older, and that will be scary. But like, it's very funny. I remember that comment of somebody being like, yeah, she like knows a ton of stuff and like she's pretty decent at games, but also like she's super emotional. And it's like, you fucking caught me, bro. Like, sorry. Oh gosh, look at Fina's magic growth. That's amazing. That's so cool. Astoundingly amazing to see that. You can tell I'm in a strange headspace, but I'm always in a strange headspace when I play this game. I do think about this game disappearing. In the same way that, like, years ago I started collecting things about this game, because I knew that this game wasn't going to exist forever. Good thing other people were already doing that, because what I mostly did was make backups of their work. I have like VMU data files for this game, right? I have like all the DLC. We didn't call it DLC at the time. It was just, you could download stuff. It wasn't very much enshrined as downloadable content. But I have that save data somewhere in like a folder. It's a bummer that you can't just import that onto a VMU. But VMUs weren't exactly made to be plugged into your computer and have stuff like just like imported into it. Yeah, there was DLC for this game. So there was 2 unique weapons. There was and then also the most important, there were 3 pieces of DLC. Yeah, and Hamichow Island, which is a big deal because that's where Fina gets her final cham, which is required to level up Cupel to his final form. So if you were playing on the Dreamcast at the time, you actually can't, without the DLC, level up Cupel to final Cupel. You're actually unable to. So on that playthrough I did years ago, I was an idiot and didn't understand how to like record things yet. So I actually emulated that off a Dreamcast emulator because I like the Dreamcast version better. I just do. It's a discussion that comes up with Skies fans a lot. I like the Dreamcast version better because I think the music is better. I know some people can't hear it. I can hear it when I play this game. Which is interesting. But there was like no way to like just download that data onto the emulator at the time, or if there was, I didn't know how to. Not that many Dreamcast emulators are actually that great. Like Dolphin is Dolphin because it is Dolphin, right? And maintained by a meticulous team of incredibly smart like coders and engineers. Like the fact that Dolphin exists and is this good is amazing. It's astounding. I think about, like, oh, I wish, like, this should level him up to at least, yeah, Cupel Blade. I was gonna say, he should be a sword now. You might notice I have an ungodly amount of Gil, Jesus Christ, gold. Oh gosh, my voice probably sounded really low there too. Jesus Christ. Hi, my name is Heather, and I'm a bad trans woman. What was I saying? Oh, Dolphin. Dolphin's just great. But at the time, like, there was no... I didn't know how to record off original hardware. If I did, it was like a very early Elgato or something. Oh, actually, I can go through here and get some discoveries. This is great. Awesome. We have a couple things that we can get here, right? How is that not one of them? I would immediately put a discovery there. I mean, people hate Kotaku. I mean, there are legitimate reasons to be upset at Kotaku for certain things, but a lot of the people who would tell me, like, we absolutely hate you, were not people who were reading my work, right? But also, people's memory is really bad, too. Like, people... I saw a thing recently where somebody said that Nathan was one of the people... I don't want to talk about this very often. Like at all. Or I mean, much more than what I'm going to say here. Somebody said something about all that original Gamergate stuff, and they were wrong. Like, all the information was wrong. They were saying X people did Y thing, and it's like, it's only been like 6 years or something, and it was a big deal. Cultural memory is tiny. I don't want to get into specifics, but you know what I mean. Yeah, Sky Coral. I should be able to get Sky Coral Silver Moon Pit on the side of these mountains, right? Or like one of these should be Silver Moon Pit. There we go. But this is also Legends. So there could be something else. But it's hard to tell. I don't know where any of the Legends stuff is. But I guess what I was saying is there's like, I don't know. There's reasons to be mad at Kotaku, but the reasons that people were invariably mad with my articles were like, why are you such a feminist? And I was like, I don't know. Trying to be a decent person, like...
That was fun.
Like, it's very weird to have people on the internet be like, why do you care about people being treated nicely? And it's like, I don't know, because people should be treated nicely. Bobo the monkey. But those people are easy to ignore, right? Even though I'm talking about them right now. This is the fun part of exploring the map, though, playing Legends again, is that I just don't remember what things are in Legends. I've missed so much of chat. What was somebody saying earlier? I don't know. I missed it. I'm just doing this to level up Fina. Otherwise I would... Well, actually, I wouldn't run away. You know what? I wouldn't run away from any encounters, because if you do that, it eventually affects your pirate ranking. You really don't want to run away from encounters in this game. Thankfully, the combat system's fun enough that you don't really want to anyway. When people talk about the Dreamcast version and they talk about the encounter rate, it's high, but I played through the game when I was like 10, and like then I had just turned 11 too, right? Well, by the time I had finished it. That's Dangrel Island down there, I think. And if I could get through that as like basically a child, then, you know, I feel like most folks should be able to get through it. That's my one complaint about the way that people talk about the Dreamcast version encounter rate. I'm like, I played it as a child and I was fine. Like a literal child. I gave away my age there, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm too old now. It sucks. I'm freaking out about it, my age. Who's my favorite fourth party member? Gilder, but he's not the most useful. Unless you really want to free up Aika for,
That was easy.
for using her abilities, like, you could have Gilder use Aura of Denial instead of Aika using Delta Shield, right? But why would you do that when you can have Enrique in your party and have Justice Shield for when you need physical mitigation? The first half of the 30s are the worst, you say? Well, everybody so I started writing very late. Which is to say that, you know, I know people who started working at outlets when they were like 23, 24. I started when I was around 26. And one of the funny things about my life has been I'm learning that everybody who I think is older than me is younger than me, and everybody that I think is younger than me is older than me, which is scary. And then also, when I remember when the first thing somebody told me when I got to New York, I was at a bar. There were these bar hangouts that people used to do, a handful of folks. They fell through eventually pretty quick.
That was easy.
They were still fun at the time, and I remember them saying, the 30s are easier than your 20s. And I don't know if that's true, because my 30s have been filled with one thing and one thing only, and that's existential dread. Oh fuck, dude, please don't automatically land at Maramba. Please fucking do not. Please make me make the decision to land in Maramba. Oh, this is when Aika's gonna be like, your head's gonna catch on fire. I'm sorry if, well, I'm trying not to scroll through dialogue too fast so people can read it, but journalism degree, yeah. No, it's funny. I think a lot of my coworkers are very much older than me. Which is to say, although I think I mean, a lot of people are also closer to my age, but we have a lot of folks at Double Fine who have been there since Double Fine started, right? Which is to say that they've been there like for all 20 years, right? So it's interesting. This is a great expression from Fina. Ah, oh, these HD textures are amazing. The dream is that somebody could just, my voice did like a weird crack. Oh, this is when she explains that she doesn't know what purchasing is. She's like, what the heck is capitalism? And it's like, of course, first off, the Sylvites are like 12 people, maybe. And then also, I bet you the Sylvites, when they were at the top of their games, did not have money, right? Full disclosure, I have a document somewhere of what I think the old world was like for each civilization. Because there's a part of me that wants to write that story of the Gigas War, because I am an idiot. Yeah, in my brain, Sylvites definitely do not use currency. So the reason I don't go straight to Maramba is a couple things. First off, we'll just level up Fina faster with some random encounters here, right? Because they're going to be on level with Vi's, Aika, and everyone else. And then also discoveries. Get them before you go to Maramba, right? So like, because you're going to be shipwrecked there for a while. Shipwrecked. Marooned, really. And the thing you want to do is you just want to, well, it doesn't matter because I have a bajillion gold, but I'm doing it on principle. The thing you want to do is you want to get discoveries, right? Listen, I know I work for a different company, but if, fucking hell, these are the birds with attorney? What are they doing here? I thought this was some South Ocean shit. Fucking whoa. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, it's gonna be one of those days. They're here? What? That's incredibly screwed up. I thought that was only South Ocean stuff. Eternity has what, a 50% chance? 25% chance of instant death? I don't remember. It's a pretty high chance. Get another counterattack. Good for you, buddy. Oh yeah, they're like the weird jiggly jangly fellas, and not birds. Well, I was like, there's no way in hell I have a Rise Lem Crystal. This sucks, because she's the one I want to level. Oh, there's an attack that is called, that applies that effect to the entire party. A risk of instant death to the entire party. Which is why Delta Shield becomes such an important ability in the late game. Delta Shield is an ability from Ica that negates all magic on the battlefield, including your own. It's super useful, amazingly useful. It's the most, like, bar none, the most useful ability in the game. This should get us the Sandfalls or whatever. Yep, that's good. I think Legends has Maroon Island, but I don't know where to find it. If anybody wants to indicate to me the direction of Maroon Island or whatever the heck it's called, that's helpful. Jesus, I'm getting hit with all the status effects tonight. Can I technically discover the Temple of Pyron before the story guides me there? I can definitely fly to it. I have to be careful because there's a black pirate ship around there. Wow, we're all attacking the one that's defending itself. This will destroy all of them. I still think that the lighting effects on that look good. Like, I just saw that effect and I went, that looks actually pretty nice. And then again, if you're a young kid and you're watching me play this, you're probably going, why does this game look so bad? But the thing that I tell people is, I think this came up on maybe Insert Credit, is that I remember when games were 2D for a little while. I was still around for that nonsense, so I'm never like, why can't games look amazing? This won't count as this. Wow, you can just go straight to Temple of Pyron. Interesting. Vise, this is it. Whoa! Oh, wow, I've never done this. Or at least I have. If I have, I don't remember this dialogue. Wow, they actually railroad you into it. I mean, they have to, right? But I don't... That's funny. That's so interesting. I'm just gonna battle through it. God, Fina, my poor girl. Getting beat the fuck up. Loopers are gonna dodge everything. They're like this game's version of slimes from Dragon Quest, except instead of being really resilient, like metal slimes are, they can just dodge everything. But if you beat them, they're worth a lot of magic experience, and that's fun. And look, even Fina can do a lot of damage to them because they don't have a lot of physical resistance. Imagine if Vise had hit one. That's not true. Young players totally know how to fill in the gaps of certain things, right? Oh, I ran. Bummer. But I know what you're saying. We definitely had to look at things more abstractly for a long time in games, right? Because fidelity just wasn't a thing that really existed. But to betray my age a little, like, I played Sonic the Hedgehog when I was a kid, but also Earthbound seemed totally foreign to me, or whatever, right? Then eventually I started playing, like, Super Mario RPG and stuff, but... Oh, I could get in some good magic growth there. Yeah, there's another Legends exclusive discovery here that I can get. Oh shit, can I do my first bounty fight here in Maramba? Can I immediately do Rupee Larso? No way. It's gotta be this way. Oh, this starts to get us towards where Esperanza would be. I'm just gonna look up the discoveries. Skies of Arcadia Legends. Discoveries. I'm cheating. I feel like a cheater. Near Maramba. Oh, the Wandering Lake! There's a couple things we can get. I'm just looking at these for a second. I'm like so interested. Mirage Island, Star Sand. Oh, there's so many. Fascinating. Oh, it's all loopers. Holy shit.
Here goes.
Oh, there's so many more discoveries than I realized. Magic? Question mark? I like loopers. Then again, I am horribly biased. Good victory pose. Good look at the facial texture, like the HD texture. Like in a different world, I would be grinding every single. Oh wow, the music is slightly different for Legends only discoveries, because this is a Legends only discovery. They use an updated version of the music. We're looking for the Oasis, which is on the mountains somewhere here. I think it's further this way. This is the GameCube version, but we're not even playing on GameCube. Yes, the best way to fly. Oh, whoa, no! Enemies are attacking first! No! Tragic. It's funny that I can hear it. I go, oh, that's a Legends exclusive sound cue. The pitch was higher, is how I knew. Star Sand. That's gonna, I'm actually gonna incorporate that into, the novelization. Because I'm actually gonna incorporate Zivio and Bane. Wow, so many enemies. Although if it's round 2, I guess we'll have access to Rain of Swords. We don't? Ooh. Weird. I thought we would. I'll go the one turn without stuff. Just randomly attack stuff. Oh wow, that's a choice counterattack. That's really good. No. I could tell you what it is. I could spoil. I don't know if I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Like, how many readers do I have? I love you all, for the people in the chat who do read. But please understand, I've written things that, like, singular things that were viewed by, like, a million people. So my sense of scale is always a little bit off. Like, I'm so glad that there are 24 people here. But also, I'm used to writing articles that, like, a shit ton of people. Don't go to sleep. Don't fall asleep, people. Vise, don't fall asleep. Stay awake. This should level up Fina a good deal. Oh, you know, if I knew that Aika was just gonna ace that thing with like one hit. I haven't been paying attention much to the battle, in full disclosure. You can skip the battle animations too. Which I think wasn't initially. Oh, she's so perfect. Fucking hell. I'm never gonna be that good. You know what I'm saying? Wow, what's with all these back attacks? It's gotta be a stat thing. These things hit hard too. I'm surprised. Oh, it's the Star Sand particularly. It's going to be used in the dungeon. How much damage will this do? I'm curious. How are people doing tonight? Doing okay? I'm gonna stream for a while. Like a genuine while, I think, unless, I don't know. I felt sick the last 2 nights, so maybe I start feeling sick later. I was raiding last night in Final Fantasy. Jeez. She's getting bonked. Wow, they do hit pretty hard. I'm surprised. Just blaze through it. It's, yeah, I guess I was up pretty late last night raiding. Maybe, was I? But I was feeling sick.
That wasn't so bad.
I like that victory pose, it's a good one. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore, friends. I've completely lost track of the plot. 100%. Where's the oasis? Shit, dude. I know it's here. Oh, Maroon Island is like down here. Oh, we should go really far down. Okay. We're going to be sailing and finding a fair amount of discoveries right now. It's just a process. I'm looking for the wandering lake. Oh, there it is. I was like, it should be wandering. Air pirate. Gotta be careful. Don't want to get got. Oh, Mirage Island is... I'm overwhelmed tonight by so many things, friends. Deeply overwhelmed. Yeah, the bajillion money. Well, you know what it is? It's because if I want to, I can speed up the game. I'm trying to catch up to where I was in an older stream when I was playing on the Dreamcast, because I want to go through the Legends content, because now I'm incorporating it into my writing. So I'm like, why don't I play through the game and catch up to where I was? If I was, like... But I've been streaming it during the times when I've been playing. So the pace has been slow because I haven't been streaming a lot, because I am depressed and not in a good place. So I'm not streaming a lot. Like, I used to stream a ton. Also, my room was smaller. So I would just stream, because I was like within arm's length of everything. Oh, Vise. Crystales. Really, getting some purple magic, bud. Good for you. We can shout out the menu design. Okay. So we need to... Which way are we going for Maramba? I need to look at the map. I feel like we have a lot of discoveries that are going to be down here. In fact, I know that's true. How best to handle this? Southeast. Oh, there's a compass on the screen. I'm a dinghy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So many back attacks. Those birds are really good at it. I haven't written something this big in a long time. I haven't done creative writing in a long time. I'm afraid I'm bad at it. People seem to be enjoying it, but I don't know if that's... I don't think people are being disingenuous to me when they say that they are enjoying it. I just don't have the confidence to embrace those compliments in a way that is holistic and completely healthy, right? I go, really? Because I think what I'm doing is not great. Like, I'm not good at it. And also the scale is just large, right? Like, this is a thing that will be part of my life for a while, and that's terrifying. And it terrifies me because I don't want it to be with me for like 3 years or something. I want to get it done. I'm so used to writing things that go up the next day. And for a while, what was happening with this is I was writing, I was sitting down on Friday, and I had something by Monday or Tuesday, which for me is like a normal work cycle. But the size of chapters is getting bigger. My writing is getting more detailed, right? I'm just kind of getting better at the craft again as I flex and learn that stuff again. I feel like it should be like right in here. The oasis should be like right in this area, I feel like. So I don't know, it's oh, there's so many enemies. My kingdom for a lot of SP and Lambda Burst. So like that's just me being honest, right? Of just like, how do I feel about that? It's a big project and it's scary. The scale of it is huge, right? And every now and then I'm like, I'm so excited, and like I'm trying to do this side story right now to work through some shit through writing. And honestly, it's just, you know, I'm gonna have to move to San Francisco this year. Psychonauts is happening. Life is moving really fast, which is exciting and cool, but also scary. And the idea of being like, well, yeah, great, I swear to the Lord bejesus, it's like in this area. Of course I went right by it like that one time. San Francisco will be cool, but also I love snow and the cold, and I won't get to have that again unless people were like, well, you can get that. You just have to like drive up to the mountains. And I'm like, well, I ain't gonna have a car. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will take a bus up to the mountains or whatever the hell. And even that's like, ooh, take a bus? That's weird. I don't want to have to buy a car. The last thing I want to do is have to buy and finance a car. Which was why I almost took a job in Southern California, or I was looking at jobs in Southern California rather, and I was like, oh, I would need a car here, and SoCal is expensive, and buying that's bananas. San Francisco should be really cool. I'm hoping to find like a really nice, quiet, foggy area, which my coworkers have assured me do exist, but also I'm afraid that I'm gonna get lost in the city. So here's a true story. The first time I ever had to get on the subway going to work, I was fortunate in the fact that I had a friend who was going in that same direction. And I was like, hey, can I walk to the train with you this morning? Because I was afraid I would get lost going to the train. Because I am many things. Many of those things are cool, like a good writer and critic, but that doesn't mean I'm very well equipped for functioning in a city. I am certainly somewhere on the spectrum, right? And so the idea of like a car, like financing, like I'm figuring out benefits stuff still, and it's been like a year or double, like things I get overwhelmed very easily by logistical things, which is why also when people are like, you know what could help with your writing is like writing outlines, and I immediately was like, oh Jesus, absolutely not, right? Like that's just something I'm never gonna do, is outlines or planning or many things. I fly by the seat of my pants so much because that's what I'm used to in my work too. Yeah, that's my worry. Like, I don't want to have so my commute in New York was maybe 30 minutes initially, and then like 40 minutes or so. Where is this island? Located just west of the southernmost tip of Nazar. That's where we're going. I'm cheating, but you know, whatever. Oh, whoa, if it's just the single looper, then we actually know that either I'm just terribly unlucky or like it's a stat thing built into certain enemies in this area. Yeah, I don't want my morning commute to be long and convoluted and weird. When I was in New York, I was able to, for a while, get on one train. And then when we moved our offices, I had to take 2 trains. The idea of like, take the bus and then walk down a block to the other bus stop and do XYZ thing, I should have used a special attack, I'm not thinking, is terrifying to me. That's super scary. And I say that as a grown adult, right?
That was easy.
Just bonkers, like. And I just finished living in a city for a while. Oh wow, Fina's magic growth is amazing. Like, I don't want to take a bus. I don't want to take a bus. I want to hop on a train and have that be it, right? Like, I just want that to be it. But this takes us like close to South Ocean though. I'm supposed to find a single island in this area? Really? God, is there a picture of these? Like an actual map of these? I would tell somebody to put one in chat, but I don't think my chat allows links right now. Because scary people used to put like terrible things in there. Shit. I guess that's what makes it a discovery. But I'm like, I have to find a single island? In this? In this economy? normal playthrough. Oh god, these are the birds that can kill you. Ica, no. That's gonna hit. Oh, whoa, missed. I'm surprised. Those birds are terrifying. We alpha stormed those birds.
We did it!
Wait, did they not back attack? Oh wow, their stats must be, all the stats of things around here must be like, really kind of scarily high. The southernmost tip of Nazar. Maybe I can't even get it yet. Mirage Island is a lower sky thing, which is why I messed it up. So I'm wondering if I just get it later, right? The only thing that it ends up affecting ultimately is how much money I would make per thing. But I like the principle of getting all the discoveries as I go to a different area. Whatever. I can deal with it. Yeah, Fina levels up pretty quickly if you're in the right area. It's just a bit of a process. But again, if you're doing all the exploration, then like you see, it's kind of fun. I think it's fun. And you know, you're just kind of getting through it. Because you're also going back to old locations to get chams or moonberries or whatever. Or at least I hope you would. I have no clue how I got through this game as a child as well as I did. I found a lot of discoveries, and I found basically every cham. But on the Dreamcast, when you're, I said that funny, on the Dreamcast, when you find a cham, it actually shows Cupel inside your VMU, your memory card. And he makes a lot of funny noise and goes bleep, blop, bloop, bloop, which is very fun. For those of you who don't know, perhaps? I mean, it'd be weird if you're in this chat still and tolerating me and you don't know about the VMU. But it's, the memory card on the Dreamcast had a screen, so you could play games on it, but also there's a little hole in the controller where the screen can show through when you slot in your memory card, and certain things show up on that screen as you play games. Among those things is when you are near a cham. Cupel shows up, and that's how you find the cham. Yes, and there was a mini game called Pintus Quest where you could send a little fellow on adventures, and he could find items, and you would put your VMU back in your game, and you would talk to the fella and be like, "What did you find on your quest?" And he would be like, "Here's all this gold I found," or "all these moonberries," or whatever. This is when she says crusty, rusty old man, or whatever, right? Or no, maybe that's earlier. I must find Rocknum. Get moving. I write him with an accent. Oh, she does. That was it right there. I swear to God I know this game. I think I do. Drachma, and then later on it's Drachma has rejoined the party again. He's very easily forgiven for leaving teenagers in the middle of the desert. But you know. Spoiler alert for this. When I do write Maramba, I'm writing Rupi Larso and all of that in here already. I'm trying to make a lot of things less gamey and more organic, and some of that's just going to be oh, we have this character actually be here and whatever. I'm gonna crystal those bugs. I know what's in the next dungeon, and we're in a land of fire. I don't know. What a fun game, and yet... Oh, I did buy stuff for... Wait, did I? Oh, did I not go to Sailor's Island? I didn't. Oh, I hope that really doesn't bite us in the ass later. Oh, damn. I actually... Oh, that sucks. Oh, yo. That super blows. Yeah, somebody in chat knows what's going on. So there's a ship battle later where I probably want extra firepower. Shit. I have really mixed feelings about what to do because I saved over that save file, didn't I? Oh, that blows. Oh, they just give you the black spot here. That's funny. Shit. Oh, that really sucks. I did, didn't I? The other earliest save is the catacombs. It's 2 hours back. Shit. Oh, god damn it. I really don't know what I should do. I guess I just keep going. So what happens later on is there's a ship battle where you have to fight an admiral's ship, and then also you need to fight the red Gigas. And you fight them back to back, and one of the things you need to do to not get beat the fuck up by the Gigas is to fire at them and do enough damage to knock them off balance. Oh god, I hate this. I almost want to stop playing right now. Oh no. I actually don't know what I want to do. Oh, Fina probably just has like nothing equipped. I already have like, oh, I also have all the weapons. Don't ask. Yeah, I have too much gold. Which is to say, I have all the gold? All the gold possible? Friends? I don't think the dolphin can rewind. Dolphin can't rewind, right? Somebody look that up. Dolphin can't rewind. I didn't make a save state. Oh, god damn it. Yo, I feel like shit now. This is what because I was streaming. The cham's gonna be out here, I think. Yes. Yeah, I was like, there's no way that there's a rewind. I have no clue how they would implement that feature. It's doable, it's just... Man. You know what I'm saying? Like... Not to be too cliche, but that took all the wind out of my sails. Where is the moonfish? That's another thing I have to contend with. Yeah. Maybe it's if I stand up here. Or maybe it's down in the... down below. Oh, you know what it's gonna be? I'm gonna have to get on the Dabu and come over here and shoot up here-ish or something? Probably? Oh, yo. The thought of doing that battle... But also at the same time, I must have not had good weaponry as a kid and done it, right? There's no way I would have been like, I have fortuitously gone to Sailor Island and I have the equipment needed for this boss battle I wasn't aware of. Maybe I was. Maybe I was that smart of a kid. Oh, there it is. Oh. It just sounds funny for me to be like so, so disheartened by that because, oh God, usually I'm so on top of things. You can tell that I'm just a seething mess of contradictory, like, nonsense right now. Look at these. I love these things. You know what we don't see enough of in Arcadia? Like all the weird fucking animals that must exist. Yes, I know, never give up. Blue Rose Code, blah, blah, blah. You really don't see that many animals. You see Huskra. You see a ton of Huskra. You see these. I mean, you see enemies that you fight, but I mean, like, in a game that could allocate more resources, like, towns would feel more like towns, right? And then again, a thing that I praise this game for very often, which is, I think, still very praiseworthy, is all this vertical space. Which makes for really good dungeons, I think. And then also, means that you have a lot of ways that you can explore any new location. Which is to say I can go underground and then emerge in a different building like this and find a treasure chest, which should give me a moonberry. Isn't that great? How many of them do I have right now? Guess I give it to Fina, right? And start getting her some abilities. This should just be Lunar Winds? Lunar Blessing. Oh gosh, I feel like I should know this game backwards and forwards, and right now I just don't. Is that what being older is? Just not knowing anything, making big mistakes? I think that's being human. Phew. Being human also, sneezing on mic, not muting it. We're doing this live. Oh right, this is like a puzzle, sort of. To get whatever the heck is here. Then I think you just loop around. Oh, you go like real long, don't you? Or not? Mm-hmm. Shit. I forget how to do this. Even though I might have just done it. Did I do it? Did I solve Skies of Arcadia? No, I actually just did nothing to help myself. I did zero things to help myself there. It's funny to think about speedrunning I tried speedrunning some Breath of the Wild for a while. That was fun. I swear when I first streamed this last time, I was much better at this section too. See, that's a big hint that you're gonna have Drachma back, though. Wow, I found this arm. And no one's like, we don't have anybody that uses that anymore, Vise, so you should just leave it in the treasure chest. Oh god, okay. What if I went back this way? If I did this? That doesn't work. Okay. Good job, Heather. You're doing great. I'm not doing great. No, I'm doing great! Gem of Fluidity. Gee, you should have given me that when I was a kid. Would have solved a lot of problems. Am I right, people? It's funny because I feel like a monster still. How do I get out of here now? Like this? Well, actually, no, it's like this. I hit this. No, wait, maybe? Vise, you've locked yourself in there forever. Have you seen these? Have you seen these gems of fluidity? It's like, where were those? Where were those in my day? Seinfeld. What's the deal? Have you seen Cupel? What's his deal? Eating chams all day. What even is a cham? Oh crap, Khalifa's here. Have my fortune told. Yes. I like her little crystal within a crystal. Whoa, this is like not a fortune. This is just... This is literally just her telling you where to go. That's amazing. She's like, there's a temple that's east of here with a shining gem. And you're like, great. This is where we see... Bellina. Do we have to talk to her? Does that trigger the cutscene? Yeah, I guess you do. Whoa. Boob jiggle. Good for you, girl. Have you even been to Maramba? The sand's so hot! I walked out without a doll burned my feet. I was like, what is this sand? I like how she calls him Captain. It's a nice little bit of localization. Her outfit was more scandalous in Japan. It's not a good Seinfeld. Seinfeld has to be higher pitched. What's going on? Kramer! No, you're a bad neighbor. It's funny that that's a pirate's, a hero's choice. I like this. This is a nice fun line because Fina's like, why? It's like, is it weird to think that some people would be looking at Vice? He's like actually really handsome. Oh, you know what? I don't know. There's part of me that like, I said I was gonna stream long, and then there's a part of me that's like losing it right before we're gonna do Temple of Pyron. We're supposed to accept that she knows all this stuff because she's like a dancer and she hears things, but also it's because she's the Imperial Spy Master. She's not hiding it very well. She's like, are you the pirates who escaped? Aika's facial expressions there are amazing. My name is Belina. Ugh. I feel so bad for the Dreamcast. I actually do. While I was working today, it came up in my recommendations, so I was like, fuck it, why not? I think it was Matt McMuscles or someone did a what happened with the Dreamcast thing. First off, I know what happened with the Dreamcast. I was there. Although I wasn't in the boardrooms, but you know what I mean. Sega did the Sega thing and released their console too early. Because they were thinking about the moment and not the, like, 2 years from then, which is what they should have been thinking of. It's the same thing they did with the Saturn when they were like, you know what's going to be big? Pixel scaling. And you're like, is it really? But that video made me very sad because it's like the Dreamcast had such a killer lineup of initial games, and like, if they had just thought a little bit harder about what they were doing, like in terms of hardware and a couple other things, man, it would have been killer. And it did. When it first launched, it was dynamite. And then, like many things that explode, there's just an explosion and a crater left behind. Right? Because then the PlayStation 2 came out. And how do you compete with that? Right? You just can't. Not with this, right? Sega should have done what Nintendo did, and honestly was wait. But also, they probably didn't have the scratch to do that. They probably needed to release something. It's easy to, with hindsight, be like, they should have waited a little longer, or they should have made the architecture stronger. Right? With hindsight, you can do all sorts of things, right? If my grandma had wheels, she would have been a bike. As that one chef said one time. Anything can be anything, right? It's more, yeah, the GPU thing was huge. It cost them EA. But then at the same time, because of that, that's how we got 2K, right? Like, if EA doesn't back out from supporting the Dreamcast because of hardware concerns, then we don't get 2K. And we don't have a viable competitor to EA sports games. Right? Which is important. I'm just gonna... I can't believe... I'm such a dingus. I'm a dingus who's gonna get their... who's gonna die in these boss fights. What a bummer. What a heartbreaking bummer. Well, I don't know. I've played this game enough that I can probably do fine in those ship battles, but also, what a friggin' bummer. Oh gosh, can you... I think about it. A more powerful Dreamcast. Just like a little bit more kick in the pants. And what that could have done. And what games would look like. Like a more powerful Dreamcast that...
Hey, handsome.
I don't know. I think so. I'm not just saying this because they pay my bills, but I think Xbox still would have done the Xbox thing and dominated online, right? I think that mindset towards the online space that Xbox had at the time was probably just like, it was ahead of everybody else, right? Because when Xbox Live is happening, it's like,
Well,
play online is vaguely still a thing in some ways, right? I think. And I love play online, but also, you know. Oh, this is when she's like, here's my tragic war story. And then later on, she's like, I didn't say that he was from Nazar. You're like, you silly lady. Literally, you know what makes me mad after all these years still? I didn't know that the correct choice for talking to Drachma in the bar at Polly's on Sailor Island was beat around the bush. Because I was a 10-year-old and I didn't quite fully understand what that meant. I think I kind of did, but the other option was like to just come out and say it. And I was like, well, I'm a brave pirate, so I should just say it. But the idea there is that you're supposed to kind of mess with Drachma a little, and that gets your adventure point, like your hero score higher from that dialogue option. So I felt very upset as a kid that I did not get every dialogue option correct. Yeah, I hear that Dia's doing a Let's Play of Final Fantasy XI. I haven't checked it out. I, in 2019, created a character on one of the servers in Final Fantasy XI. I could jump back to that character anytime I want. It's kind of fun. FF11 is a super interesting game to look back, like, in terms of, like, first off, it's still around. It's not like I can play EverQuest or even EverQuest 2 or whatever. Like, you can't play EverQuest 2 or whatever, right? You absolutely can't. But you can play Final Fantasy. And that's amazing. I don't know, like, something about that approach to world exploration is cool. One of the things, I guess it's like, so I love Final Fantasy XIV. I really do. I think that game is lightning in a gosh darn bottle. I think that team is incredibly talented. I genuinely think that Naoki Yoshida is just stellar. Like, that, I can't even imagine the type of project manager he is and how effective he was to get done what he got done. Also, just a nice guy. Very friendly. To turn that game around from what it was into what it is now is amazing. But also, a thing that I miss about FF11 and some other games like Star Wars Galaxies or whatever is the fact that they really were about exploring worlds, right? It was like kind of in the way that Warcraft still, like early Warcraft still was. I don't know if new Warcraft is or not, but like it was very much about you're chilling in a town and then you're going out into the world to do stuff. Whereas Final Fantasy XIV is very much about like you're going into this instance to fight this boss, or you're going into this dungeon with 3 other people, as opposed to like in FF11 when you head into a dungeon, however many people are in there are the amount of people that are in there, right? They're all going in there for different reasons, to do different quests or whatever. There is somebody that I'm in love with. It's Galcian, and it's a bad idea, darling. So I miss that approach to world design in online games, of like, because that was one of the things that bummed me out about Star Wars: The Old Republic as well. Because that game was so story focused, in a way that was really impressive, right? I think people to this day don't realize the amount of just like raw narrative, like ball breaking that's happening in the Old Republic is amazing. It was like multiple character campaigns with branching. Like it's amazing. Like BioWare did actually a cool thing with that game too. Although then like their problem was that they didn't plan for endgame. And one of the things was that because the worlds were just these places for facilitating movement from one area of the story to the next, and there wasn't a lot of reason to explore the game world, except to get to your next story objective, which I kind of feel is something in FF14 as well. It's not bad, right? Especially if your stories are compelling, but it is different. It's a different approach. It's one, right? The way that they talk about it all the time is people talk about the difference between sandbox and theme park, right? Where a sandbox is the one where you build everything and you kind of decide where you're going. I guess I have to get it from that bridge because I can't get it from here. And then theme park is the one with all the characters that you go to talk to when you go to this place to talk to Princess Leia, or you go to this place, you go to the Waking Sands to talk to Min Filio for your character meet and greet, right? It's like that sort of thing. Even back when Star Wars Galaxy was a thing, those terms were around, right? The difference between theme park and sandbox. And I guess maybe it's changed a little bit over the years, but I really do enjoy that sandbox philosophy of like, because Star Wars Galaxies was cool because it was like you could just be a dancer. I think there's probably on my same stream, the reason I'm talking about this is because it maybe came up in the other stream of this before, and my memory is subconsciously remembering it, but also it came up semi-organically. Wow, that's a weird effect for that attack. Alpha Storm, best ability. And it tends to have attack priority, which is good. But I do miss that, right? I do miss that old philosophy of like, you know what you're gonna have to do today? You're gonna have to go out and you're gonna have to kill this big monster, and you might have to wait for it to spawn a little bit. As opposed to, you can just go to the dungeon and farm your daily tomestones, or whatever. It's a little different.
Let us be thankful for our safety.
Gosh darn, Fina. I can't deal with it. It's like I said before, I will never be that good. Wait, what the fuck? Is there a way to get higher up? What is that? All the way up top. Maybe that's after the temple transforms? Or maybe, I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about this moonfish. Should I? How do I get that moonfish? I don't know how to get it. I feel like an idiot. Yeah, see, this version of the battle theme is like, I can hear the difference in it, right? Of like, these synth sounds are not the same as the Dreamcast synth sounds. They're tinnier. But I'm also wearing headphones, right? And I hear just that, and you have to hear this and me talking over it. It's not the worst audio quality, it's just a little difference that I do hear. Such a bummer. But then again, also, you know what? I did have growing up, but I also probably didn't play as much as I might have, was my GameCube. I think in retrospect, the GameCube is a little underwhelming.
We did it!
And those mini discs are probably part of it. Well, the FF10 remaster gives you an option to choose between orchestrated or the original. So one is literally an orchestra playing it, or the PlayStation doing it. It's not like it's at the start it says, "Hey, what version of the music do you want?" I mean, they're not going to re-release this game, and if they do, it's not going to be for a while yet even. At least it doesn't feel like it. So I would just get a copy of this game, or I would do what I'm doing and play it this way. Because if you try and buy an official copy of this game, you will find that it is expensive. There were not many printings. In fact, for Legends, there might have been one print. So, you know, do the math. My copy of Legends is in our attic right now. I'm with my family. I had an apartment fire last summer in New York, right as my lease was going up on my apartment. Our roof literally burnt open. The open sky was exposed. Whoa! Okay, so that attack can do that. You know what I'm feeling bad about right now? Partially as well. I did not just use my insanely evil amount of ill-begotten gold to go to an item store before this dungeon and stock up on items.
We did it!
I should be fine. But also, Heather, you forgot to go to Sailor's Island and you forgot to friggin' use your evil amount of gold to just have a ton of Sakura crystals or whatever. It's like, yeah, I want to go back up. But maybe I can't yet. I'm just going to go through the dungeon normally and worry about the moonfish later. Moonfish aren't missable, I don't think. That would be bananas. I don't think even chams are missable. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I kind of wish I did have healing items, because what we're gonna find very quickly is that a lot of these treasure chests are, they straight up... Oh, she doesn't have any green magic at all. Fina, I gotta get you green magic super soon. Shit, like your next fight, we're gonna have to green magic you. Well, Ica has it for now. So, makes no difference, because this is what I need anyway. Which is to heal. Granted, I'm using Sakura. Ah, shit. You know, Fina just learned Eternus, or Eterni, so... I can immediately... Yeah, I should immediately get her on some green moon crystal action. But you know what? That's kind of dangerous. Because green is weak to red, and pretty much everything in here is red moon crystal. Yeah, it would be astounding if a moonfish was missable. I trust these game designers. What I don't trust is myself to remember to change Fina's. There we go. To fix that. So, oh yeah, man, so here's the thing though. If we die during the fight against the Lynx and then the Red Gigas, I will just be so bummed out. Wow, Fina, you actually hit them. Maybe if they block, they just... Oh no, they still do dodge. I was like, maybe if they block, they can't dodge. Don't run away. Oh cool, we win.
That was easy.
My mind's been all over the place tonight. Is that good? Can't tell if it's good. Fina level 12. She's gonna get Sakri right now. By the time we're through through this dungeon, she might even have Sakrez. Because her green magic growth is the best in the... Oh, what the fuck? Yo. My problem solved itself. Stream has been as conversational as usual. Yes, for good and for ill. These are going to be the Tiki guys. Temple of Pyron has a ton of treasure chests, and they all have monsters that pop out and attack you because, of course, they do. And quite frankly, what I should be doing is just getting everybody where they need to be, and then at the end of battle, switching to the moon crystals again. Like, I want the elemental advantages, and I don't want enemies to hit me really hard. And red is weak against purple. Counter? No, bummer. Tremble means that on their next turn, they are going to use a room wide. I think I did that right. Yeah, these enemies are bananas. I think I targeted the right one. I remember people insisting that you could actually time your button press to get a dodge off enemies in this game, but I don't know if that's true. Boy, let me tell you, it's getting later and my anxiety is suddenly skyrocketing, folks. Oh wow, we just got a ton of purple experience. Great. Sure. Because I forgot to change everyone's weapons off. Yo, what the fuck? Why does Final Pupil show up like that? That's weird. I have a thing, for what it's worth, that somehow I didn't mean to have this, but my file got all this extra shit. So I could cheat a little bit. I don't want to. Look at that. Cupil Fury. That's cute. Running water. Well, so... if it hasn't been clear by the way I'm talking, I am depressed and anxious and all sorts of things right now. In a way that hasn't hit me since maybe when I've been in college, right? I haven't felt this this anxious and this like bananas messed up in a long time. And I get it, pandemic. But that can't just be the excuse that we default to, right? When you say I don't feel good, you can't just say, well, the pandemic's happening. Although I guess you can a little. But something about the end of winter hit me really hard. So night times now I just get, my body is just drained to get anxious. Or like trained, not drained. We are getting drained right now by this spell. And it's been weird as spring has started to settle in. Like today I felt cozy and good for like most of the afternoon. And some of that was because I was just in a place where, at least right now here, like I could just listen to chirping bugs. Because we live right near, believe it or not, a lot of like land. Because we're in the middle of nowhere, right? In New England. And, oh, we're gonna get all purple experience again, whatever. And, you know, It's funny because I love winter. I really do genuinely love winter. Like the start of winter especially is just like such a, I think, genuinely magical time. I don't like Christmas in the sense that like I'm just not a holiday person, which is funny because I'm a Leo and you would think that I would have big time holiday energy, but I don't. So I don't know, for me it's like spring's happening and that's cool and I'm super into it, but also, boy, it does, I do feel weird lately. And I can definitely feel it settling in on the stream right now. Oh, Aika's gonna hit like a ton of enemies, maybe all of them. Wow, good for her. That's great. Congratulations, Aika. You have the best special attacks in the game. And yet also, you know what bums me out? When I was a kid, I never unlocked her final attack on my initial playthrough. I never unlocked Omega Cyclone. I did have Fina's ultimate attack. And I might have had Gilder's. I was an idiot when I was a kid, and I think I completed the game with Gilder in my party and not Enrique. You know? Which, in retrospect, Enrique, just bring him to the final fight. He's super good. You don't need him, but he's really great. Don't bring Drachma. You don't need just a pure damage dealer. You need a way to mitigate damage from Ramirez and stuff. Spoiler alert. Our final fight of the game is one angry gay boy. Just super angry. I mean, like, so I've had anxiety since I was a kid. I specifically have a very, like, deep thanatophobia, which is to say I get anxiety so I'll talk about it just a little bit, right? Maybe that'll help. I get anxiety attacks about the fact that I'm gonna die. Most of the time, like, during a day, I'm good. And then sometimes I'll just get sudden panic attacks where I go, oh, I'm mortal. And my body will go into panic mode. Which, you know, if I had a lot of faith or something, like, maybe that would change. I think I believe in something. I'm not going to get into it a ton. But I think I believe in something, right? Because I believe in souls in some way or another. The idea to me that existence is just like this random goof would be really sad to me. I think that would be, I think that would be super, I think that would just be the saddest goddamn thing in the world, right? And some people would tell you, no, actually embracing the absurdity of that situation makes you feel a great sense of peace. And to them I say, no, it doesn't. It in fact makes me feel the opposite. It makes me feel nothing but terror at the idea that music is just a fluke, right? Music to me, art to me, is proof of the existence of something like ineffable. It's a proof of the soul. Because I don't think that, I think it would be very, very weird if we could have such beautiful things and have them ultimately just amount to nothing on a long enough time scale, which in theory, yeah, they will, and that's fucked up. So I choose, perhaps for my own sanity, to believe in the existence of something magical, which isn't to say actual magic, but I mean something that is magical in conception, right? Something powerful that's hard to explain. But that's why I get my panic attacks. So I have generalized anxiety, but when I get panic attacks, it's explicitly because of that, which is bananas. Oh, thank God for more healing items. Christ, I don't remember where anything is in this game, in this dungeon. Yeah, see, every treasure chest in this dungeon pretty much has guardians. It's very Legends of the Hidden Temple. So that's where my anxiety and all that stuff comes from. And I don't know what's made it flare up. Maybe it's because I feel I'm getting older. Maybe it's because I'm around my parents who now seem older. Where I see my father and I'm like, you should eat better because I want you around. That sort of stuff. You were looking for D&D and found philosophy? A little bit. Welcome to my streams. That's how they work out very often. So yeah, I don't know why it's like that right now, but it is, which is weird. We could finish everything right here. Well, we definitely... All you want to do in these fights is hit the one that's trembling so that you can avoid the big damage. More than anything, that's like the most important thing you can do. And I didn't realize that until I was much older. I'm sorry, Harpo. Yeah, my dad is 64, 65? And I'm just like, you know what? He's fine. But, you know, like, you're finally at the point where you go, like, who knows what happens, right? Oh, his hair, he has less hair now, right? Like, and you go, whoa, that's weird. Or, my mother needs to get a knee replacement, right? Like, what the fuck is that even? Oh, that's funny. So these save files are all screwed up, and I feel bad, and I've been trying not to use, Oh, you know what? It's gonna be in here. No, but see, so the swirl meringue was originally a DLC item that instead you get them from the imposters, is how that works. Wait, what the fuck weapon was it, and can I not pick it up? Dancing arc, but you can't hold anymore. I didn't see it in her thing. Oh, I can tell you that moment for sure. Oh, or maybe it was the moment that I just realized how small I was. I remember, and I'm actually... Dancing arc. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's a step down from what I have. Interesting. So I'm in my old neighborhood, sort of, right? Or like relatively close to where I grew up. And I was in... Let's walk around here and see the other things that we can get first. Whoa, what? Oh, weird. Camera transition there. I was like, I don't know, 7 or something. I was laying on the bulkhead. For those of you who don't know what a bulkhead is, it's just the metal doors that lead down into a cellar. I was leaning on the bulkhead of my friend's cellar. I looked up at the sky, and I saw the stars. And I remember going, wow, there's just like so many stars, and like if I could travel to all of them and go so, and like that sort of thing, right? That's where my brain was going. And then I remember, I felt a little flicker in my chest, which now I understand as anxiety, where I went, I need to stop thinking about this, as a kid, right? And as a kid, I intellectualized that as my brain telling me not to worry about things that were bigger than me, which I think is probably still true in some way. But I remember that moment. I remember looking at the sky, and I remember just going, man, it's so big, and I want to go to all of it. And then my brain going, well, you can't do that, dummy. You're on a ball of whatever, right? Because kids understand eventually that they're on a planet. You learn that shit in school. I just remember that moment. I don't know what triggered my first panic attack. She can get stoned? Bummer. I do remember having it. I do remember thinking that I couldn't breathe. I can't believe we're talking about this shit. Oh, bummer. Nothing. I saw something that made me bummer.
Over there.
I remember just not thinking I could breathe, which is very weird. And just being like, I didn't understand it. It was very strange. But yeah, I remember. I don't remember realizing I was mortal. I just remember realizing I was very small. And like I was mentioning before, some people think that there's a lot of strength that can come with that realization. As in, like, you know, value the things that are around you, because, like, it just makes the things that are around you so much more valuable, right? Or so they'll say. So therefore, you must value them. You know, I have mixed thoughts about that. I've never found like absurdist philosophy or like existential philosophy to be particularly reassuring. And that whole big, like, if the universe is meaningless, then we bring meaning to it, right? Like, that's never felt compelling to me. But people try and tell you that's compelling, right? They go, well, if the universe is uncaring, that just makes the act of caring more brave and more important, and therefore we need to put in to the universe what wasn't there, or whatever, right? That's a nice sentiment, but you know, don't know how I feel about that shit in the long run. Is the last one gonna run? No, they're gonna use magic, which never is an actual attack. It's just a waste of a turn. I've never seen magic do anything. I don't think it does anything. Folks could correct me and be like, actually, it does all sorts of things. Because I have found, hanging out with a variety of Skies of Arcadia fans, that they just know more about this game than I do, because they're actually the people who like dive into the code or whatever, or maybe not dive into the code, but oh, whoa, we got a black map? So that's a fun random item to get. I'll show you what it does. Oh, it's equipment. That's right. I think it's kind of cool. I thought it was... Maybe I'm wrong. Do we have anything that boosts your magic? How much does that reduce your magic by? 148 to 142, but we get more defense and magic defense and protects against stone. Yeah, oh shit, I'm taking that. That's why they put the gem there before this dungeon. That's worth taking. Oh, I guess we do have to go into the other room. I just never knew what was down here. Or maybe I did and I just forgot. Forgot what I was talking about. Which is very common for me, because I go off on tangents. All the heckin' damn time. Just constantly. I think I did this wrong. Or not? No, I did it right. I was like, am I doing this right? 17 years. You're as old as these characters. Harpo, do I know you? I feel like I should know you. Because you're talking so confidently about this game. Hey, Cass. Oh, wow. It almost looks like he clips into the floor there for a second. He does. He clips into the floor. That's fun. Shit, I don't know what I was talking about anymore. I wish I had. You used to comment on my Kotaku articles. Maybe that's where I recognize some of that from. You turned 17 on the 20th. Congrats. That was like, what, a handful of days ago? 3 days ago? 4 days ago? Ah! Ah! Scary. That's how old Vise, Ica, and Fina are in this wonderful game. I vaguely know in the course of the story. Wow, Cubicone. Good for them. This is weird though. I didn't plan for this, but the fact that I can... You're not supposed to be able to do this. You can't just change... Can you just change your versions of Cupel afterwards? I thought it was always locked in the amount that you had the chams for. So the fact that this is here is like freaking me out. That's so weird. That shouldn't be happening. This save file is kind of messed up. It's normal, yeah, it's all sorts of messed up. Because originally I was just using it to cheat and get back to where I wanted to so I could see dialogue. But also, I'm super curious because in my... I worry that I won't be able to pick up certain weapons now. Or maybe I'll just, the next time I'm at a shop, I'll sell them. But I'm afraid I won't be able to get certain weapons from fights or whatever now. Because the game's gonna be like, you have everything. And some of the weapons show up in the equipment slot under my armor. And I have no clue what it would mean to equip one of those. Oh, to give him back the chams, you have to feed him chams. And other things. It's that one, yes. I hope I got it right. I think I did. Well, what happens... So, like, some weapons automatically... So I'm worried about, like... But they do check your inventory in some cases, because if I open a treasure chest right now... I opened the treasure chest earlier with the dancing arc, and I already had the dancing arc, so the game was like, you can't pick this up. So there is something in the game's code that says, hey, if you have all this shit, you can't pick up this other shit. Right? So there's something in there, right? So the game does check for it. It does say, hey, you have this thing, so you can't pick it up. So I'm wondering if, like, you know, if I don't sell Grendel's wing or whatever, like, what happens? Because, right, so I'll just show it off. Right, it's like, I have the Hydra wing, which is normally, so like, I wonder what would happen for Grendel wing. Hydra wing is just a random drop, so that's fine. But this was weird to me because I want to know what the shit happens if I equip the Swirlmorang as armor. I'm afraid that I'll crash my game or something, so I don't want to do it now. Maybe we will try it a bit later. I'm not using RetroArch, Solani. We're playing on Dolphin. So I'm wondering, right? Yeah, we'll cheat a little. Because, like, I could show you too. So, Cass, let me show you this. Because also, like, Skyfang is here. Presumably some placeholder stuff here too. Tuna Cutlass is here. So it's putting some of the DLC item stuff here. So I'm wondering what happens. Because right now, if I were to fight Vise, the game would check and see that I have Tuna Cutlass, and it would be like, you can't give it. It wouldn't give it to me. But I have Tuna Cutlass under the wrong equipment slots, right? That should be a weapon. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of screwed up. Yeah, I wonder if I do that option, Cass, I will also get the, like, I won't see any of the weird loading stuff where I've accidentally seen the victory screen sheets. I'm wondering. I don't know. What a weird night. We're gonna see if we... So here's another one, because you weren't here for it. I say Cass, because I like to say it affectionately. Because I think it's fun. I didn't go to Sailor's Island to pick up better weapons for the Little Jack. So now I'm super nervous about the fight with the Lynx and with Rakumin. I'm worried that I'm just gonna eat shit on those airship battles. Like, I don't think I have any subcannons or torpedoes or anything. Like, and that feels like a big bummer. Because Rakumin can hit me really hard. I'm not worried about the Lynx. Like, I can manage. But the Gigas... I don't think it specifically wants you to shoot with a subcannon. I think it just wants you to do a certain damage threshold per round that is easier to get with a subcannon. Because you can time more stuff on your advantage turns, right? I think what it's honestly gonna mean is a few more turns of focusing as opposed to just and using evasive action only on the big turns more often. But maybe I'm wrong. But that feels like what the strategy is in my brain. Oh, cool. Good drop. I think that's what it will be. Do I have Increm? Yes. Vi should have it. So I was going to think Increm. And I won't bother. Like, I won't need it, but I have Quicka on basically everybody, too. Fina learned, like, Quicka and Crystallis and some stuff all at the same time. Yeah, I think it's just going to be, I'm going to need a lot of... Like, I'm just going to need a lot of damage, right? Which is fine. I'm cheesing this dungeon a bit. Because I'm impatient and anxious tonight. And I don't know. I told you earlier that, you know, maybe this will be a fun thing to do tonight, but also... I don't know, I want to write. I want to write so much, and it's just not been happening. It's such a bummer. We'll get there. I'm glad I commissioned the art. I'm interested to see what the artist will give. I gave them reference material, but obviously what's in my head is going to be so different than what's in their head because it's not a character with actual reference material. That we can really draw from. We'll see. Well, you know what's killing me right now is the fact that I'm writing things that I bet you some people would be like, why aren't you just putting this in your fic? And the answer is that versions of it will be there. Just not as many versions from like that character's point of view necessarily, right? The point of view characters for the fic are mostly Vi, Zyka, and Fina. With probably some exceptions made for other crew members in certain cases, right? Or, Lord forbid, the moments when there's like... Because we know who's writing the fic. Spoiler alert for people. The fic is actually... like, I'll give you the big old spoiler. The fic is being written by someone. It is not being written by me, but it is also being written by me. So I'm just thinking of like how that works out. Because there are certain things that that character wouldn't know, but maybe she would. Yeah, or like, yeah, maybe they would kill pacing, or I don't know. First off, I did the other one as just a Valentine's Day challenge. My voice turning me into a frog. And then this one is me working through shit. And using writing as a tool for doing that. So. Yeah, it's a totally fun game. Super fun. Fun. Oh, well, I'm writing a fan novelization of this. Spite. I must have a link around here somewhere in like my bajillion different things. I haven't updated it in like a month. Officially a month now, right? Or officially a month in like 40 something minutes. Bummer. My brain hasn't been there. I'm in deep funk town, and writing has not come easy.
We did it.
So I'm talking about that largely. Wow, I feel like these characters are way more leveled up in this version of the game at this point than maybe they would be if I was playing on the Dreamcast version. But I don't think that's true, because I think the encounter rate is lower, but the experience gain is increased to compensate for it. 15, and I think 10 or 13. Fina's catching up to them. But 15 feels high. I did some exploration for discoveries. I feel like they're a little ahead. Maybe it's because of me doing that discovery hunting, which, for the record, I can't find. I can't find the freaking. I cannot find the Legends only discoveries to save my life. I was looking for Maroon Island, and I ended up in South Ocean, which I don't think is correct. Maybe I can't even get it yet. I want to find Mirage Island, which I think I can find now if I go, because I think it goes up and down from lower sky to mid sky somewhere, Shrine Island area, maybe? But again, I haven't played Skies of Arcadia Legends, this specific version, since it released, essentially. Yeah, Maroon Island seems like it's super small. So I think I might actually look at a map for that one, because I just don't know where I'm supposed to go. We found, the fun sand one. The star sand or whatever. That was cool. Because I know where, like, the normal discoveries are mostly. it's the legend stuff where I'm like, I don't remember. Oh, I forgot that these little dudes move so slow. You're adorable, little fella. I love him. Oh no, magic lizard. Am I correct in thinking that Star Sand is off that part of Nazar, though? Right? The only downside is that if I go from that direction, I end up vaguely in South Ocean, and I feel like that's too far. Yeah, I found Star Sand. Panica, a skill that you will basically never use. Can she equip Flame Mantle? No. She could equip Fina's robes? That's funny, I guess. I want to hit the button there and see what it does. Because it sure as shit doesn't... It would mean... I think it... Looking at that, it would mean that I wouldn't get any defense boost. It's against the cloud ceiling, then I was way too low. Verticality. Gets you every time. This is Zivulin Bane, I think? Right? This is Rune of Ill Omen? It's like this or one of the next treasure chests. It's that high up. I guess that makes sense, but damn. And then I need to find Mirage Island, which I don't know where that is located. Either. I don't know where any of the legend stuff is at all. I remembered Star Sand, and then I started looking up the rest, and it was like, oh, I actually don't remember, because I don't remember anything. The one thing I remember is just the train in the sky, which makes sense now once you know that they thought about trains in the sky as an option for this game for a while. At least according to Kodama-san. So that's fun. Oh, that was a weird little camera thing there. Fina doing a surprising amount of damage with that Cubicone. Let's get everyone some fucking green magic. Let's see if we can get her to have Sacrez. Man, she's leveling up quick. This has to be Zivbane, right? We're getting very close to the end of the dungeon. It's not Tiki's, is it? Yeah, it's Zivbane. I should have healed before. Oh well. He is red, so we should just switch to it. Although actually, do we... Oh, it's... You know what? I'm gonna use it. Watch it break on the first use. Magic boxes are ways to cast magic spells without having to actually use any magic points.
Let's try this.
They have a chance of breaking anytime you use them. That rules.
Over there.
That's freaking awesome. Oh, he can do the big explosion. Whew, Vise. Cutting it real close there, buddy. This will finish him off. Oh god, if the box breaks, I'll be so mad. I want to be able to use it. I want to use it on Rockworm as well. Maybe Cutlass Fury finishes him off. Yeah, it does. This death deserves. Well, it's owned by Sega. Sega's not going to sell their property to Square Enix. Oh, I have an ISIL seed and a vital seed. Let's give some of that stuff to Vise. Max HP, yes. Will. What is will effect? That's like magic defense, right? Or like magic attack or whatever. That feels like an Ica stat. Might as well. Does Legends get rid of the ability for Ilkmis to just... It's supposed to sound like Alchemist, is the joke of his name. Can you just still buy a fuck ton of seeds from him at the end for endgame? They didn't get rid of that, did they? That would be a super big bummer. Is there any reason why a company like Sega would look at next-gen consoles and say, nope, can't re-release Skies of Arcadia yet? Yeah, I bet you the source code just doesn't exist in a way that's easily referenceable anymore. Would be my deepest and most sincere guess. It just... yeah, that's the other part. Is that it sold poorly, like very consistently. The sales of this game were not were not great, both on the original and Legends. So I think it's both, right? I think it's they don't have the code in a way that's easily referenceable. Without just licensing something from the Dolphin team, right? They could, right? Like what they could do is say, hey, we will use emulation to re-release this, right? The same way that certain games on the... How am I supposed to get that one? Because it's when I'm running across to get to Rockworm. Certain games on the Virtual Console have things in their code, excuse me, that seem to indicate that they're actually ROMs taken from ROM sites. And because what Virtual Console is doing is it's just emulation. Yeah, so my biggest broad guess is that it's the same reason why... What's the reprint of Ninja Gaiden that they're doing right now? Sigma? But which version? Because they're not doing the version that fans like. They're not doing the oldest version. They're doing like the re-release and porting that. And the reason why the absolute reason why they're doing that is probably because it's a lot easier as a port job to take newer code and not the older code and port that. Like that's 100% why that's happening. If people are like, why were they not using this version of Ninja Gaiden? The answer is because it is way easier for them to reference that newer code. Well, that's true too. They probably just don't have the old code. Weird. Moonfish! 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 Okay. I guess we just gotta stand in a different spot. Moonfish! You can't see it, but the moonfish thing is a gun. It's a fully weird 3D model, little like blunderbussy gun thing. So I think it's possible that there could be a PC port of Skies. Like, this is part of me that thinks that it's not impossible, right? In the same way that, like, nothing is impossible. I think they could do it, but I don't think there's a lot of incentive to do it, right? Which is the main thing, is what you're saying, right? Like, it's that this is... It's such an obscure game now that even as they reference it on like their social media or anything else, or like their anniversary celebrations, they don't have the financial incentive to do so. Because as I understand it too, or maybe I'm incorrect, but I think I am correct. The ports for Shenmue didn't sell well either, right? And that's one of the biggest, most important games ever made. Genuinely. Oh, this is just gonna make the fight so much easier. This is like cheating.
Let's try this.
This Crystallis box is gonna hit like a truck. Yeah. That's pretty good. The downside is if characters get petrified. Well, I mean, the thing is also, but I mean, like, that's what they'll look at, right? They'll look at the sale of ports and go, well, our ports didn't particularly sell well, despite whatever respect people have for the Dreamcast. And they'll go, well, if the port of Yu Suzuki's masterpiece, Shenmue, didn't sell, then why would Skies of Arcadia, a thing that didn't sell to begin with, sell? Jesus Christ, Vise.
Let's try this.
Dynamic music. This version of the track doesn't sound too compressed. I can hear some of the compression, but not as much as other tracks. Which Kodama interview was that? I kickstarted Shenmue as well. That was mine? Oh. I don't remember it being said. But also, that was a weird one, right? That was definitely one where the questions were sent. It's hard. That was one where, like, what I wanted, because I was going to GDC to give a talk, was because that year she was being honored with like a designer of the year, like game person of history award type thing, like a special achievements award. And so I thought that maybe she would be at GDC, and then I found out she wasn't going. Which makes sense. It's like, why would you go to this weird Western show that's mainly for like networking in America? Oh, we probably would have got Fina to get Sakrez. Can I leave the room? Yeah, this is the smart thing that I need to do, which is save before the fight against Beleza. So I thought I would have a chance to like sit in a room with a translator and talk to her, which didn't happen, which made me very sad. So instead I sent questions which were given to a translator and then responses which were given back, which when you're going from Japanese to English especially tends to, unless you have somebody who's giving a very detailed answer, means that you get responses that seem very terse, just because that's how the translation kind of goes, right? Like it's very, and also sometimes there's a cultural thing there of like, no, I want to get you to talk about this game, and they'll say something like, we very much appreciate all the support that fans have showed us over the years. Thank you very much. Like, and that's just what they'll say. You have to, like, certain people are more talkative than others, right? Even in writing, I found, for instance, that like Naoki Yoshida would talk a lot, or he would give longer answers. Whereas, in writing,
Wow.
Yoko Taro would, the responses I got back from the first time I was able to interview Yoko Taro, those responses were, first off, it makes sense because that's the type of person he is, but also like very quippy, right? And that quippiness was bolstered further just by the language differences, and you can break through those differences when you're talking directly to someone, partially because I know a little bit of Japanese as well, so I can start off interviews saying hello and like how are you doing or whatever, so I can do that. If you ever become a journalist and you have to give interviews to people in their foreign language, learn a little bit of their language and like make them feel comfortable. Also, you know what happens? Depending on how you present yourself, people assume you know the language.
Thank you very much.
Perhaps better than you do, and then they won't. It's a good journalism thing, just in general. I remember when I got to talk to Hideaki Itsuno, which was one of the best face-to-face interviews I've ever done. Itsuno-san was just like amazing. It was him, the producer on Devil May Cry 5, whose name escapes me at the moment, and then their other producer, who also acted as their translator, is this fellow named Matt Walker. Really fun dude. And there's a save thing out here. I'm an idiot. First off, Itsuno-san gave like really vibrant answers. Like, I remember I asked him like, what's a game that would help people understand like action games, because he had worked on Power Stone and Street Fighter and all these other things. And I remember he held up his hand like he was holding a baseball bat, and he made a big swing, and he goes Famista, and he's talking about Family Stadium, which is a series of baseball games in Japan, on the Nintendo. And he was talking about how if you want to make a good action game, you want a sense of impact. And a way that you can observe impact in games is in sports games, which I thought was a really great answer. But I remember, because I could follow along a little bit and I knew Famista, I was like, oh, baseball and like stuff. And like, if you're able to do that in interviews, also the translators will assume you know a little bit more. And they'll drag you into the conversations a little bit more, which is kind of good. I remember Mr. Walker going, well, you got most of that. And I was like, well, just repeat it for me so I can write it down. I was intensely flattered and incredibly happy that I was able to talk to Kodama-san. I would love to do it again. I would love to be given an advance to write a book on this game, like an actual like critical book. Which would be great because I could just reach out to Sega PR people that I know and be like, I want to talk to these people, please help. And they would probably do it. Or at least it would bridge the gap and make things a little easier. Fina, oh my gosh, you're so perfect. Why can't I be brave like you? But I think about that a lot. I think about Like, man, would I ever get a chance to talk to Kodama-san again, or like Tanaka-san, or other people who really worked on this game? I bet you I could. This will sound funny. I bet you I could DM Kenji Hiruta and maybe ask him some questions, but I wouldn't do that, right? Like, professionally. Keep that barrier up. I'm not a journalist anymore, so there's not like a reason for me to be like, Hiruta-san, let's talk about Skies of Arcadia. And for that, I actually would want a translator. Because I would, like, we would just set something. I don't know. I've thought about it. I'm so glad that I had that interview, but I've also thought about, like, man, I want to be in a room with some of these people and really ask some of the damn questions. Guys are talking about spiders. I hate spiders. They scare me. This is one of the weirder Gigas, basically. It's not that scary. I think it's a pretty wonky, funny-looking fella. Well, there's an enemy in this game that is actually like an actual flying spider. Right? That's Alania. One of the weirdest enemy designs I've seen in a game. Super strange. So that line of dialogue there is, I guess, supposed to be one of the things that really first clues us into the strategy for fighting Raccoon. Yeah, there's just a giant flying spider in this game. They're very nice to him, considering he was like, I ditched ya. He looks like my grandfather. I mentioned this to other people today. When I was a kid, my grandfather had to get an eye patch for a little while, and he wore it at a Thanksgiving. He looked just like Drachma. I'm kind of... Here's a confession. I haven't seen my grandfather in a long time. He moved to Florida. Which, okay. But I'm afraid I'm going to see him again and not really recognize him. Whoa! What's going on here? Wow. That was bananas. Is the feed still going? I need to reload and see. That didn't kill our feed, did it? Okay. Oh, that's so funny. So I'll have to turn off the EFB thing. We're gonna defend. Well, actually, we want Vice to attack. This sucks. This totally sucks. Nothing but cannons? Oh. Heather, what have you done to yourself? Gosh dang it. That's tragic. That's just garbage. I'm little garbage Bobo. Well, no, we want Matt. Hold on. How long does Increm last? I mean, no matter what, we have enough to use Increm per turn. So I'm just wondering. It's 2 turns, right? It's the turn of and the turn after. What am I doing? I'm zoning out. is standard cannon technically more powerful than main cannon as well? I'm trying to really math my way out of this. Yeah. This might... I think you're right. I think this is our way through this. And then we just try and survive the links. Are we able... I think it's weird that we can use magic before we get magic cannons. Right? Can we use Sakri? Like, that seems so weird to me. Yeah, I mean, I do get it, but it seems like, I feel like in my brain, the way that that would be done is be through some sort of device or something, right? Of like, that can't be a glitch. I don't think it's a glitch. I think that's just how it's programmed, because I can't use, like, Pyre, but I can use Increment or whatever. This thing's gonna hit, I think. Yeah, Jesus Christ. This sucks. Although, you know, it's the critical turns. We're just gonna need it for the critical turns. Which means we're gonna have to cast it again. How do we salvage our way out of this? Well, we do this. And we prep for the next turn. Right? I think it has to go like this. I do have a single repair kit. I do have a bomb. Yeah, I'm just wondering, right? I think we prep for the next turn, right? I think it has to be. I think that's the only way we get through this. I could use Sakri, right? And we could... This turn would look like something like this, and it would be a lot of prep. And then for the next time that we do stuff, I'll fix that setting that you told me about, Kaz. Because I'm not going to knock them off balance right now. Those critical turns will help a lot. So right now it's just survive, mitigate, and keep going. Oh, I'm pissed. If I had a you know, if I had a sub-cannon right now, I feel like I'd be fine. The thing that's going to save me is firing on those critical turns, is using my standard cannons and whatever on those advantage turns. It has to be. Otherwise, I feel like I will have vaguely soft-locked myself, right? Lesson learned. Last time I streamed this, I wasn't such an idiot. Oh yeah, I gotta get rid of those. Yeah, I think it goes like this. I think our turn looks like this. I think that's our only viable turn. Did we just fire twice? Are the critical turns just firing twice? did I space out? Yeah, we gotta pray that this is enough. That whatever the threshold is, we're beating it. We'll know in a second. I think we did it. Fucking goddamn! Wow, I think I'm fucked. I think I've actually fucked myself over. Even with Increm, I can't do it. I think it has... Well, you know what I think it is? I think it has to be a 3-cannon turn. Oh, fuck. Well, first off, my controller's not responding. So give me a second. Oh yeah, my controller's not responding at all. There it is. We got messed up. Will we survive this? Is the question. Right? We're gonna find out. How many turns do I have to survive? Well, we'll find out if this kills me. But actually it won't, because repair kit and Sacri, so for this turn we're fine, for sure. It's just frustrating. But, I mean, like, my fear now is that I can get through this, but I gimp myself against the links. Right? I worry that I will just not have the resources I need to survive that battle at all. Because that's still kind of a difficult battle, all things considered. Oh, I didn't even check how much SP I'm generating per turn. Like, this is doable, it's just like... rough. It's just like real rough. Can't believe I didn't go to Sailor Island. This sucks that it's like this. I'll have to fix that. Wait, can he Red Ray twice per turn? Can he? I mean, this will knock him off balance this turn, shouldn't it? I wonder, right? But we've done well enough that... Well, who's gonna attack first? It's gotta be me. But he might Red Ray twice in this round. And the idea is, like, knock him off each time. Which would be frustrating. I just don't remember the actual systemic breakdown of how everything functions in this particular battle. And my big fear is that it is actually that I needed to have done enough damage every possible turn. Which is a little frustrating. Yeah, I think it is. That's bananas. That's a lot to ask players to kind of be able to deal with. Like, I knew this was coming, and I still fucking didn't prepare just by accident. You do it twice per turn. That's amazing. Wow. Oh no, I mean, like, we're not supposed to hit a damage threshold. We're just supposed to survive. So the battle's over, but I don't know. There was this part of me that just worried about resources. I think the fight against the Lynx is just going to be a little longer than I would have liked. You mean ram into the Gigas? I would love to do a playthrough that's just him saying dumb stuff. Of just like not actually being that great of a captain. And everyone's still like, you're so inspiring. He's like, we should just attack everything.
Let's go.
Yeah, so we can survive this. It's just, man, I miss my sub cannons. Her ship is like pretty damn great though. Like the Lynx feels like such a cool, sleek machine. Oh no, actually. Oh, you can use magic droplets in ship battles. That's funny. I always forget. Oh, that burns us down just enough. That's just one turn. We can heal in the next. In fact, we can use Increm in the next. But I just want to start off with a big burst of damage. I guess I should have used Increm. Right, I don't know. Using Quicka wouldn't affect anything in this fight, I don't think, would it? Quicka seems like such a weird skill to use in a ship battle. Like, there's like the one use against the Auriga. Yeah, I just want to do a lot of upfront damage here. If she somehow aces me. Ooh! That actually did a ton of damage. I'm surprised. I'm sort of astounded, in fact. Wow. Damn. Fucking hell. I hope we survive this turn. I think we should, but I really hope we do. Fucking damn. Yeah, this is a hard fight. Healing through it, and I don't think that's good. I feel like that's not going to be enough. Evasive action is the make or break thing here. Oh, fuck. When are those dropping? I have to imagine it's because our ships just aren't prepared for... Ooh! Ooh. For magic, like, mitigation at this point in the game. Jesus. Our next turns are going to be some of the ones that we need to do damage. If we do try and get behind her ship, she nails us. We gotta turn hard. So we can. This turn. Vaguely have a pretty dream turn. But next turn we're not gonna have a lot of resource. So we have to hope that we're not taking that many hits here. I think what she's gonna use, like small cannons, yeah, sub cannons. That still hits really fucking hard. That's That's really shocking. Those are sub cannons. That's like genuinely troubling to me. We're dead. Oh my god. That's so close. That's so close. And I don't think we have the resources next turn to heal. Yo, I hate this. This is genuinely like shitty. We gotta go full speed and get behind her, right? What is the proper one here? It can't be wait and see what she does. That seems like we'd get fucked over. Oh my god. Oh no. I don't remember. Oh god, please don't fuck me over. I might have just ended the fight. Jesus Christ. Okay. I can't use Increm here. This sucks. This is as intense a fight as we're ever gonna get. Vise does have Sakri, but I wouldn't make him use it because I want to try and save the resources so I can use the harpoon cannon. If I'm spamming Sakri, I have no spirit points to use on attack. Ship battles aren't just about playing your turn, it's about playing the turn after your turn, right? This is bananas. Well, you say you appreciate seeing this, but you don't know if I'm gonna win the fight or not. I could be super fucked. Is she carrying her torpedoes into the next turn? No way. We're getting hit here by sub-cannons, torpedoes, and, like, Webley. Yeah. Wevlan. Ah. I think it's this. Yeah, she's got to scoot right past us. And we can, in fact, heal a ton. Well, what we want to do is heal at the start. wonder if Drachma has Zachary. I think our turn has to look like this. I think we have to eat the hit at the end, which just means having high enough health. All we need to do is land 2 harpoon cannons. That's all we have to do. The issue has been that she hits magnificently hard, right? Yeah, we had just enough spirit points. That's why I didn't have Vise use Zachary. Because otherwise this turn would have been wasted. Did that straight up end the fight? 1 hit? That feels incorrect. Why does that feel incorrect? A single hit from the harpoon cannon? Athena's pretty much caught up to everybody. That feels suspect to me. So they must have a way to... So he says signal at the other ship. I wonder if that means semaphore. Like, I'm wondering about the logistics of how they handle it, right? Which also just means that Aika knows semaphore. I mean, makes sense, but also... There was a reply. We have called off the Gigas. Of course, like, the translators and the scriptwriters aren't thinking about the logistics of how this is being sent. So they probably, the response is probably like, yes, we are landing or something, right? It has to be semaphore. And then the Delphinus will have radio or something when they find it. It'll be really cool. This scene is in the demo. The language is a little bit different. They still call Ixataka Montezuma. In my writing, he knows about some of this already? Or sort of? Oh, well, he will, because he'll know about the Aquila and some other things. So he'll have to know about Ixataka more distinctly. Interesting. How will that affect dialogue? That was rough. That was like, obviously it's doable, but it's like, man, I'm super curious. Like, I don't remember it. So I'm in the room. I'm in the room where I beat Skies of Arcadia as a kid, which is scary to think of. I'm looking in the same direction, towards a different television, clearly. And I just don't remember how I did this as a kid. I don't mean that as in, like, I don't believe that I kicked ass so much, but clearly I did it when I was very young. And we were talking before, and I don't think I probably had the foresight to go to Sailor's Island and buy cannons, assuming there were more fights, because I was a child, literal child. So I'm just thinking about it. Maybe I died like a bunch of times. I don't remember it, right? It's a bummer. So the only memory I have, sort of my original playthrough of Skies of Arcadia is when it ended. I was a child, and I was watching the credits, and as I still do, like, now even, I, you know, there were many tears shed that night by a young child me. And I remember going up to my mother, who was upstairs, and I remember telling her, like, oh, I just played this really amazing thing. And, you know, how do you articulate that as a child to your mother? Of being like, this video game is really special. When you're a kid, it just sounds like a kid thing you're saying, but I was crying, so she must have taken it seriously, but she doesn't remember that. I've told her about this moment. She doesn't remember it at all. Why would you? Right? One night, your random kid comes up to you talking about pirate adventures. Like, of course not. How is that any more special than any other night in your kid's life? You don't know. So it's just interesting to think about. And that's the thing I remember about my experience the most, is the ending of it. And just what that feeling is. And just that situation of trying to talk about a thing. And just not having the words. And I have felt to this day like I haven't had the words. And that's one hell of a thing to feel, right? I have spent 2 decades since that moment. And I just don't got it. Oh, deluxe kit. I'm trying to be, like, not the worst in buying too many items, but also I'm just trying to catch up to where I was after Daccat's Island on this playthrough more than anything. You know? That's what I want. And I guess the thing tonight is that I could continue, but I'm probably not going to. This is probably where we end it for now, because I'm not going through South Ocean tonight. I want to relax. I do feel relaxed, even though I've talked a lot about the ways in which I don't feel relaxed at the moment. It's so funny. Oh, it's using the old menu here for a second. Sometimes it doesn't use the new one. Interesting. Oh, we were gonna try equipping the, yeah, look at that. See, it has an artificial hand here, hook hand. Weird. It's really weird. Where's the black map? Oh, Vi, is it that only Vi's can equip the black map? Because I got one. Yeah, there it is. It increases your encounter rate. Yeah, like, so this texture, this character texture. That's HD. Some of the other menus were too. It just sometimes doesn't always work. So we're gonna try this. I'm super curious as to what happens. Probably nothing, but we'll find out. So it does drop, oh, that's interesting. So it actually does do what it says and drop my defense. And this just acts as like a weapon on top of a weapon. Like stats-wise. I wonder what it looks like in battle. Yeah. Couple of redundant items. I'm super curious of what that would look like in battle. I don't know. Hard to say. Yeah, this is an altered save file. But you came in at a weird time because I'm about to end the stream. We got through a thing, which is nice. And I'm trying to wind down. I'm gonna do that by putting some food in my belly, which is grumbling and acting funny. And heading into Friday. I would love to do this more. Saturday, I think I'm doing more raiding. We had a 1% wipe on the Queen in Delubrum Reginae, which was a bummer. I thought we had it on Wednesday, but we didn't. So now we're going to try and get on Saturday. I kind of want to be done with it, even though I want to help people with re-clears. But I'm also tired. Am I almost back to where I am? No, I have to get through Ixtaka and then Daccat's Island to get back to where I was. I was just about to get captured in Nazarad. But, you know, whatever. I will, that's almost in the grand scope. Yeah, kind of. I'll see you all around. I talked a lot. My throat is really itchy tonight and weird. Hopefully I get to relax this evening and I don't feel so weird. But I'll see you all around. Goodbye.